Welcome to Gran Turismo 7 World Series Racing here at JCCR Racing. We're taking on the Interlagos World Series 2025 racetrack. It's the Manufacturers Cup Round 4, and let's see who's up on the grid. We've got Victor up there in a nice NSX, great beginner vehicle. We've got the RS01, also great drive, easy to drive. We've got the Lancer Evolution. Have yet to drive that, but here at JCCR Racing, we do our best to try out all the vehicles to find out what's best for each track, and really what's best often boils down to what we can be the most consistent with. And unless you're a pro driver, consistency is key, which means knowing the strengths and weaknesses of each car and then matching that up with your own strengths and weaknesses so that you can perform consistently is so important. You're better to drive a car you know and can handle than to try to go for that world-class lap record car like often the Huracan or the Genesis. So here we're driving the Ferrari Italia 458 for the World Series. It's a bit of a tough one to drive, but it accelerates and brakes incredibly well, but it is a little loosey-goosey, a little slip and slide action from time to time. We got to watch out for those curbs, and we've got our tune on. We're running -2 on the brake controller. -2, making it that we can turn in better into the curbs. Now here, if we start first and we can hold it, great, we won't have anyone in front of us. Key to the qualifying lap, if you're not first, let all the cars go past. It's better to start late with everyone, 15 seconds ahead of you so you can get a good clean lap without people knocking you off the track. Now hopefully we can run fast enough to not have anyone come and spear us into another stratosphere. So -2 on the brake controller should help us out with turn-in. Try to use the whole track and at the right speed. You need the whole track to go through at the maximum speed. Quick little double downshift here. Race up the hill. Try to hunt these apexes. And that's what we do here at Johnny's Car Care and Review. JCCR Racing. We want to learn and grow together. So please drop your tips in the comments. I'm no pro driver. I'm actually a beginner to intermediate driver, trying to prove that you can go from beginner to winner every week as our weekly goal, really, and our dream is to go from E-Class all the way to, yes, A-Class. We started in E-Class about 2 months ago, and now we're in the C-Class. So we've got a dream. We're breaking it up into achievable weekly goals and putting in the effort every day, because work ethic and perseverance will beat out lazy raw talent. And we need your help, so please drop comments, give your pro tips, and I'm going to use a handful of tips, or 2 handfuls of tips I picked up from the pros, and bring them to you to make sure we all get safe, smart driving, and help get us wins and faster lap times. Being part of a kind, helpful online community sounds good to you, then please, it's free and easy. Hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment, and then subscribe with bell notifications on, and drop a comment so we can get to know each other. We do nightly lives, usually starting around 9 p.m., where the goal is to sort of have the atmosphere of what we had in the 90s and 2000s when games used to be multiplayer and we'd hang out in one of our best buddies' basements, drink soda, and play games together. And of course, the big dream here is to get good enough that we're confident enough to bring one of our Porsche 911s to the racetrack in the real world. If you want to check those cars out, check out Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, the brother channel or sister channel to this, where we test real world vehicles and long-term test about a handful of vehicles. We have 2 Porsche 911s, 996 generation, a 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor, a 1991 Toyota MR2 full J spec, Japanese specs, a right-hand drive and all. Double downshift, hunt the apexes, drive over them for low gear for rotation of the vehicle. So thankfully, we're not no one's too close behind us, so we have a chance to actually do a half-decent qualifier here. Put the work and ethic in today, and we've got a few laps, a few courses in. That is not fast enough at all. So we got to really bring this down. Better to go in slow, come out fast, go in slow to get the right line. So we can come out fast here, because 138 is very slow for the C League. And if you like intense chaotic racing with lots of overtakes and some clown class racing that's a pretty chaotic most of the time, you're at the right place. You're going to see a lot of battles for positions.
Past Farazic's 1 minute and 36.543 seconds, a new record. 1 minute and 36.543 seconds. 139 underscore GT, DAF Cone 39 139 underscore, set a new record. 1 minute and 39.350 seconds. 139 underscore
Started to turn in a little too early there,
139 underscore, set a new
but that could have gone worse. Not too shabby, but not too great either. Get back on the throttle, brake in this section here, and turn in. Should have gone in an extra half car length there. Now, if you're driving Interlagos in the World Series, remember, if you get a decent position, maybe consider not doing the race again, because it's your last race that counts, not your best race. We got to get down to 135. Can we do it? Or 134? Oh, not quite. But that will help. That's probably going to be a penalty there and make it disqualify this lap. You got to watch out not to run over too much of that grass. They do, it's like taking the golf cart on the green. They do not appreciate it here at Interlagos. And damage is on light, unfortunately, so this probably will be chaotic, violent driving. Ooh, that was slow. That is not how you take that one. Better to go in slow so we can come out fast instead of going too hot and too fast and just slide right through the corner. Missing the right drive line. Now, a little tip, you can always have a little brake light on the bottom to let you know if you're going through a corner too quickly. To get that proper drive line, it'll give you a little indicator, but I don't like the brake zones because the brake zones are too early. They're set for people who drive automatic, I believe. Oh, 132. Wow, some fast times coming in here. Very, very fast times. So you can brake right up to the apex, and ideally you trail brake, meaning as you get closer to the apex, you should be able to release the brake, so that when you get to the apex, the brake can be fully released, and in the middle of the apex, you're back on the accelerator. Hopefully this comes in at 134. Nope, didn't make it. 136.4, so about almost not quite a second off our fastest.
7.160 seconds, a new record. 1 minute and 37.160 seconds.
All right, so
Omar the Cat set a new record. 1 minute and 57.848 seconds. Omar the Cat set a new record. 1 minute.
All right, so we're going to be starting up in 6th, giving us a chance. If we can just hold that, we will increase our daily score. Hopefully we can get somewhere between 3rd and 8th at worst. That would make a better showing, and that would make it so that we probably will settle down. So we're in the D class. Now we've been kicked out of the C class. Well, isn't that something? So I know a lot of these guys down in the D class here. I've been with them for quite some time, so it looks like our previous performances were too slow, and I'm not surprised. We really got pounded on a lot in the C class. It felt like high school all over again. Lots of bullying, getting taken out on pounded away on straightaways. People in the curbs used us as, instead of their brakes, they used bouncing off of us as a trick. So if you want to see some extremely chaotic racing, check out our last online race. It was pretty ridiculous.
36.880 seconds, a new record. 1 minute and 36.880 seconds.
It's pretty ridiculous. It was extremely chaotic, and there was a lot of action. So who knows? We're starting up in 6th, but things could go pretty poorly. But I like being in the C class, because even if you finish last in the C class, it's worth about, I don't know, 5th in the D class. And actually, some of these D class racers, 132 is pretty darn fast.
1 minute and 35.463 seconds. Car loss again 36.
All right,
At
let's see how this
136 while
shakes
1
out.
minute and 36.559 seconds, a new record. 1 minute and 36.559 seconds. Car
All
loss
right,
again
okay,
36.
so let's get
At
into some
136
chaotic
while 1
racing
minute
down
and
here in the D class after being kicked out of the C
36.559 seconds,
class.
a new record.
And the
1
C
minute and
class, safe racing is so important because
36.559 seconds.
Gran Turismo 7 doesn't
1:59
care if you get punted off the track and lose 15 seconds on a lap. And if this happens to you every single time you're in the World Series, and on almost every single lap, they just go, hey, this guy drives 15 seconds slower than he should, and they'll punch you in a class lower pretty darn quickly. Nice skin there. Nice. I like the little Fanatec up there. We're using the Thrustmaster GT2. Love it. Does a great job. That's an interesting livery. You got the standard there.
37.372 seconds.
Ooh, like that watch brand, but expensive. I love my Citizen Eco Drive because, well, the watch I'm wearing now is about 10 years old, and I've got another watch that's about a good 15 years old, and never have had to change the batteries. You just throw them out by a window by the sun, and they'll just take care of themselves with a little solar pad inside. All right, Victor in first. Good luck to the grid. Let's try to get into some intense, action-packed, but safe, smart driving. Safe, smart driving, often bringing us to positions much higher than we would have otherwise gotten. So let's try to keep it safe and smart and use a handful of pro tips that we'll share in order to get your races to be more fun and faster. Now we're gonna go wide here. And he takes the time to make sure to go out of his way to hit us. Even though it's a left turn, he swipes right. Not impressed. Oh, we got someone who just appeared out of nowhere. That's interesting. Oh, well, we get to have them break the wind for us, but what will we do? I can't even see where the break points are. So play it safe. Let them get a little bit of space on us so we can actually see, get out of the... Who knows who's going to completely wipe out in this chaotic bunch. I like it when it's tight like this. It makes for some interesting, fun racing. Oh, we got one going partially off the track, and we've got a lawn mower here. Lawn tractor king, I'd say. First for rotation, second gear for takeoff. So into first for the rotation on the vehicle. Oh, and we've been pushed off the track, but we kept it together. The wizard, doing wizardly deeds. Second for takeoff, make sure we don't slide around too much. Now we couldn't be as hard on the throttle as we'd like because, well, we gotta get we'll try the brake balance on 0 here, but we need that radar. Oh, someone's hit the wall. Now this is like a racing partner here, a little shake and bake. Streamline behind him and pop out. Woo, someone coming in super hot, and yeah, no surprise there. This is online racing, Gran Turismo, always catering to the dirtiest of donkey racers, and there'll be no time penalty for the person that super punted us, likely. Even though we were definitely going the right speed through there. We weren't going far too slow, causing the accident. Someone just really was out for blood. Gt7 turning more into Call of Duty Warzone than Sim Racer. It's getting awfully arcade-ish with these hits. Might have to go play ACC. But safe, smart driving, we'll climb positions. These two fighting it out. If we can just avoid them and get through, we can jump through this chaos. Sorry, friend. Very light tap. Didn't knock him out in any way. Oh, he's just setting up an attack there from the looks of it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm gonna have to watch out. Don't trust anyone, folks. Play it safe. Trying to look for a place where I won't crash into someone. Oh, and he's come back for, the Ferrari came back for some hits, and there's a prime example. He double grassed. Prime example. You hit people, okay, 4 out of 5 times you might get past them, but you've slowed your lap down. And you do that every single person, you're gonna have a very slow lap. But 1 out of 5 times, you're just gonna knock yourself off the track and look like a total tool. Do the fool moves, look like a tool. Or good old F around and find out. So I'm not sure why there's still people, you know, it's something to learn pretty quickly that you're slower. You just look at your lap times when you hit versus when you don't hit. So try a few laps when you don't go around hitting everyone and you'll see you're a lot faster. Safe, smart driving will get you so many more wins. Now letting this guy break wind for us, deal with the wind resistance, and we'll drive in his slipstream. Draft behind him if we're in NASCAR. They call it drafting if I'm not mistaken. And when we're posed, we'll do a little shake and bake and fly by them. Try to use the whole track, go from the complete outside to the complete inside, hunt these apexes. I like late turn-in, often that gives us an advantage and an easy pass. Whoa, and he hits us. That's not an easy pass because he's a dirty donkey, still applying pressure to knock us right out. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to retaliate, but I'm not impressed. Gt7. Gran Turismo 7 World Series, where fragile egos are on full display. Dark Fox, you dirty dog. So this is like our racing partner. We want to be kind to him, so we're driving faster now, thankfully because of him. And I definitely did not want to hit him or just scratch him, but his driving's a little erratic and he doesn't seem to mind to come back and really lean up against us. So we're going to avoid him here, even though it means we'll drive a little slower, and we're going to avoid him on the straightaway too. So we're not dirty dog racing here, but we will defend the apex here if we can. Oh, and he hits us, tries to hit us into the grass, and there's no penalty for that, despite the fact that he had to work hard to hit us because he had to turn in more. The broken penalty system. And that guy tried to spear us into another stratosphere, and because the game ghosted him, now instead of ghosting him, just give him the penalty. Or put full, I'd rather just see full damage, heavy damage on the vehicles. And when you wreck your car and someone else's, you're out 4 million, and you need a 4 million bank just to get on online racing and increase those rewards. Well, that was a dirty move, and look what happened. What a fool. Played himself like a tool. Not a very sharp one. So that was a prime example of how not to drive, because you're not going to get ahead. Just like in life, if you're always plotting revenge and little verbal attacks and spending all your energy trying to compete against other people instead of just trying to do your best, just got to focus on your own efforts and your own actions, not wasting your time trying to mess things up for others. Well, I got to be careful. I don't want to hit him here, and so we'll go extra wide. Can we? No, well, I guess we'll be patient, follow him here, but we'll try to keep an eye on the track and our brake points, so we'll go in. Better to go in slow so we can come out fast, just as he's done. Good job, the wizard. Good driving. Hopefully you recall that I'm not hitting you and return the favor once we pass you. First gear for rotation. Again, good to be in first gear here. Get a little more rotation through here. But when we really want to take off, drop it into second gear. Drive pretty late into this corner, then just do a nice sharp turn in so we can be back on the throttle and accelerating earlier. Redirect by quickly releasing the pedal, the accelerator. I think we've taken this corner quite a bit more quickly than the Wizard, so we should get a nice easy pass here on the straightaway. Hopefully he will not hit us on the straightaway, leaving him plenty of track. Watching him on the radar, knowing that we can be completely speared into another stratosphere, so we're gonna go a little thin here. Go late into the corner, first gear. Oh, that would have been good driving, but we got hit. Oh, and he tried to punt us off the track, but they ghosted him because for a moment it looks like, according to the radar, he was inside of us. That's not cool. Not cool at all. Oh, and we are braking far too late here, and he'll just spear us into another stratosphere with no penalty at all, because that's the chaotic online racing of Gran Turismo 7. Now it looks like the back of the pack is seconds and seconds behind, because they've probably been fighting it out like clowns, I would suspect. Oh, we got a fellow Ferrari here. Hopefully we have a nice, clean, fun overtake race with him, action-packed. First gear for rotation, quickly into second, back into first for rotation. Late turn in, and now gas once we get to the middle of the apex. Let's keep hunting these apexes and climbing. But boy, was that takeout that we got taken out hard. That's frustrating. Let me know if you get taken out in online racing, or if you're doing all the takeouts, and how you feel about Polyphony Digital, the creator here, about their online penalty system, how they manage all this. Do you like the fact that you can really play this as Warzone, or do you wish it was through the rules cleaner racing? Let us know. I'd love to hear from you, because who cares about my comments? Your comments are the ones that count. I'm just here to get the discussion going. So we're hunting the apex here, of course, and we're going to use the whole track to be able to go faster. Streamline behind. Let him break the wind for us. Less wind resistance equals faster laps. Brake all the way to the apex, and then we should be able to get back on the throttle quicker, because we got a better line. And that's well on display as we pass the Ferrari, our fellow Ferrari 458 at the 50. Quick little brake and double downshift. Power up the hill with some partial throttle. Oh, he could have speared us there, but he was smart. He didn't just full throttle into us. First gear for the rotation around. Better rotation, better drive line. Hopefully he doesn't see this as a spear us into another stratosphere opportunity. And no, he's a cool, clean racer. Big props to Ursaj. You're a solid driver. Smart and clean. Now the Ferrari 450 likes to be revved out, but know your car to know whether it, for your peak RPM, does it want to be revved out, or does it want to be shifted like now, for example? We're going to go wide here because we got the time for it. Brake to the apex. A tiny bit of grass you can take there without getting a penalty. I think we got away with it. And that corner is a corner you can either lose 2 seconds or gain 2 seconds based on how well or how poorly you take it. Real important one to practice a lot on the circuit experience, the time trial. Just like this one, if you take the right line right at the apex, we're back on the throttle, and that makes a huge difference for the overall time. Love these medium speed turns at Interlagos. What an awesome racetrack. Now remember, if you cry quit or rage quit, you're not doing anyone a favor. Definitely not yourself a favor. Stay in the race. Keep chasing your goals. Deal with failure and learn from the failure. Whether it's in life or in racing. Now if I go too high on those bendies, we have completely spun out when we're in spun ourselves out when we're already in a pretty darn good position, so we won't do that again. Now, love the Toyota Supra, but don't like how it's not an engine to rev out. Love the new Toyota Supra that very well might be built in collaboration with Mazda and Toyota. Wow, that risk being a Supra I'll want to buy. Oh, got to drive manual to get that engine braking in. Now there, if you got the stones for it, once you got the angle, you just got to kind of hammer down on the accelerator to get a faster time. That wasn't too bad. All right, so here, halfway after the 100, brake right to the apex, and not quite went in maybe a little too quickly because we couldn't get back on the accelerator quite as early as I'd like. Use the whole track from the outside at the 50, double down shift, and we can power up the hill by feathering the accelerator, not hammer down, but feather it. Try to hunt these apexes, meaning the inside of the turns. Now first for rotation here. Key, absolute key. Don't be afraid to drive on that bendy, that candy cane. Chase down some candy cane like a hungry elf. Sugar addicted elf at near Christmas. Braking a little early there, should have done it at the 50. Now where the rest of the pack is way ahead, because when we got taken off by a dirty donkey, completely taken off track, we lost a lot of time. The 146 lap, I would presume. First for rotation, now back into second. Now doing all this driving on brake balance 0, and not bad. Safety makes for some consistent, safe driving. So maybe the sweet spot is -1. At the 50. So you get the right line like we did just there. You can see we're back on the throttle sooner. Your brain's gonna tell you, hey, you're going slower. You didn't speed into that corner. But the key is just to get it at the right speed, which is a slower speed than you want probably. So we can do that because that turn worked out quite well. Be careful not to climb too high up on that apex. The elevation change of the curb will take us out. Now safe, smart driving probably will get us ahead of that vehicle that was just slowed down. Either from pushing it just a little too hard and going into the grass, or from a recent battle. Bringing the times down, this is good. Just before the 50, getting to full braking. First for rotation, and back early onto the throttle. Dark Fox, we're gonna chase him down and see if we can have a great overtake, a clean overtake with Dark Fox, while bringing our lap times down. Try to perfect the craft. Oh, and we followed Dark Fox through his air and committed the same air. Otherwise, we would have had a great passing zone. And this is gonna put a fellow clean, kind driver right on us. Oh, but he's got more penalty than us, so we might lose one, gain one. First gear for rotation here. And drive out to the candies. Beginning of the candy, spot to start braking there. You can see the visual marker on the right. Took a while, but getting the hang of Interlagos today. Ooh, that was a close one. He could have been very much on the attack there. Now in 6th, or back in 6th. We had to claw our way back into 6th. Not an easy run. Woo, okay, oh, and he went out of his way to hit us, and he'll get no penalty. And that slowed us down, and it's also slowed himself down, and that's why he's about to get destroyed by that Lexus, because his dirty racing has slowed both of us down. We're both penalized for his attempt to take us out. Now we all hit that corner pretty much the same way, so no advantage, but we're gonna chase them down. Try to outbrake them with the fantastic brakes on the Ferrari. Oh, and he's a good driver. Oh, he's not. He really tried. The Lexus really tried to take us out there, and we foreshadowed it. We saw it coming, so I was easy on the throttle. Too bad he didn't drive himself off the track. Now we're going to streamline here, do a little NASCAR drafting, because this is a high-speed straight, so we can get a huge advantage from driving behind them. And you can see 6 not wanting to be followed, and that's probably why he's all over the track. We're all pushing it here. This is a good, intense battle. I'm liking this quite a bit. Twice missed my shifts there, so a little slowdown from missing shifts, but the overall benefit from being able to use motor braking or engine braking going into turns, well worth it. This is a good run, staying close together like this. Hopefully for, oh, this is the last lap. I'm gonna say hopefully for many more laps, but no. Oh, they're both gonna slow down, and we might get a double pass because of the dirty dogging. They're dirty dogging each other. Look at that. Efforts to really hit each other. Dirty dogging, vengeful driving. And we can probably just pass them here by taking a better line. Ooh, jumped into second so we could stop sliding. Will we have enough time to draft to get a take? I don't think so, but the idea is there. At the end of the straight, we probably could have taken him just from drafting. So we lost our 6 because we got dirty dogged out of it, but we did finish 7th. All right, that's definitely an improvement. I'm happy with that result. The goal is to improve, learn, work ethic, perseverance, putting in a bit of time towards your dreams every day, and your dreams or goals, whatever you want to call them, they will come true. So keep at it, folks, whether you're racing or you're working on whatever goal it is, getting better at a sport, getting better in business. I wish you all the absolute best of luck. Let us know in the comments, what are you working towards? And it can be the standard race answer of I want to get faster. And if so, if you want to get faster and you want to be part of a community that is kind and caring, where we work to learn and grow together, all you got to do is completely free. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, turn bell notifications on, and drop a comment so we can get to know each other. We want to have that 90s, 2000s basement gaming style going on here. All right, let's see how this shook up. Were people safe drivers? Were they not? And I love seeing that first, second, third, fourth, all the way down to 8th. Apparently clean drivers. Very, very hard to believe, because I know Ursaj, we did have one clean overtake back and forth with him, but we saw some dirty driving between him and wasn't it the McLaren?
Carlos
And
Aguilera,
yeah,
top
very
layoff 124,
surprised that the
has
McLaren
left the
finishes
room.
there. That is very
PS,
odd.
Ken Green's 22
Very, very
has left
odd.
the room.
And let's shout out throw out some kindness. Rue 23 GT with the 620S
Speedy, Glacier,
McLaren.
has left the room.
Lovely drive, easy to drive, absorbs beginner errors. Same thing for the NSX, the 911. Trickier to drive, but very, very fast once you get the hang of it. And in the D League, no surprise, people making a smart choice with the NSX or McLaren. They're great cars to be racing. All right. Ursage and the Wizard, well done. The Wizard, especially the Wizard. Let's throw out some kindness here. Good job. So we picked up a big difference there. In fifth, I guess we would have picked up, what is that, a total of 28 points. And instead, what is this? We're picking up, 40 for the series. So they picked up 8 up in, let's see here, fifth, eighth, and we picked up 7 points. If we pulled off a fourth, we'd get 9 points. So not bad. We still we slid in with 7 points, and that's the same all the way down to ninth. So do we try again and try to bring it up until fourth for 2 more points, or fifth? Well, that'll depend on how much time. The Wizard, thank you for saying that, Johnny. Good race. Great. Always good to spread some kindness out into the world, whether it's online or in the real world. Thank you so much, folks, for watching. We'll see if we take another crack at this today, but remember, huge tip, if you get a decent result, consider not racing again, because if the last race of the day is your worst, those are the points that you will get. It's not the average or the accumulation of points across the daily World Series race. It's the last race you race in. So, folks, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all more cars and more power, and do hope you get to put the pedal to the metal on a car you love sometime real soon.